What's up, UA fam? Ashley here. And if you love this podcast and you actually find yourself re-listening to episodes and wanting more of Taryn and I, guess what? You should subscribe to our Supercast where we give you bonus content every single week. But not just basic episodes, we do interactive episodes like personalized AMAs where you can specifically ask Taryn how her dating life is going, and you can specifically ask me how it's been living with my boyfriend this past few months. We do solo episodes and even scary episodes because we know how much you guys love those scary stories. And our Supercast community has been growing exponentially, so don't miss out. Subscribe to Supercast now and join the fun.
What it up? What? What up? What it do? What it up? I have a fun fact that's like sad. Oh. But it's only sad for people like you and me who have bleeding hearts.
Oh, is it animal related?
Plants. Did you know the smell of freshly cut grass is actually a plant's distress signal? I'm sorry, but all I can picture now is like all of the blades that we just decapitated, all of them and their family. And imagine they hear the mower coming towards them and they're just like, but they can't move because they're connected to the ground. We are terrible people.
That's going to ruin every Saturday
They're
for me.
sending a signal. Help us. What do we do? Just John Deere right over him.
Today's episode is brought to you by Hers. Okay, guys, hear me out. Feeling better in your body shouldn't have to be like a full-time job. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why Hers makes it easier to get started and stick with it, backed by expert-guided online care that puts your weight loss goals first. Hers is transforming women's healthcare by providing access to affordable weight loss treatment plans, guys. They connect you with medical providers who will work with you to determine the best treatment option for you. So whether you want to lose weight, grow thicker, fuller hair, or find relief for anxiety, Hers has you covered. Visit forhers.com/advice to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's forhers.com/advice, ADVICE, forhers.com/advice. Weight loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not approved or reviewed for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for full details, important safety information, and restrictions. Actual price depends on product and plan purchased.
Today's episode is brought to you by Nurture Life. All right, y'all, everyone listening, if you are a parent, if you are an auntie like me, we all know when it comes to feeding kids, it is a challenge. And that's why I am so excited about our partner today, which is Nurture Life, because they make serving healthy meals way easier. Nurture Life is a meal delivery service that makes nutritious meals and snacks your kids actually want to eat, while giving parents the support they need to. Nurture Life's whole menu is perfect for kids ages 10 months to 10 years old. Their fresh meals and snacks are delicious, nutritious, and fully cooked. That means they are ready to serve in just 1 minute. So head to nurturelife.com/advice and use code ADVICE for 55% off your first order plus free shipping. That's right, 55% off plus free shipping. Once again, that's nurturelife.com/advice, and make sure you use my promo code ADVICE. Even if you aren't a parent with young kids, you might have parent friends who struggle with mealtime. Make sure to share our code so our show gets the credit. Remember, put your little ones first with healthy meals from Nurture Life.
Shoot.
Yeah,
well,
anyway.
Starting off strong today.
Dude, I almost got in an accident because there was a squirrel just chilling in the middle.
No.
And I could tell the guy behind me was just like, literally get it together. But I'm like, I literally
You want me to hit the squirrel?
slowed to almost a stop on a busy street. I'm like, I'm not going to run over him.
And you know what's wild with these LA squirrels? They're getting ballsy. They do not care. They will let the car get so close these days.
I think they do it on purpose.
No, the other day I had something similar. The squirrel was like front and center to the middle of the road. And like I slowed down dramatically. I'm literally inching towards him. He's not moving. Mm-hmm. He's unbothered. He was eating something. And I finally was like laying on the horn and I was like trying to go around him. And then he finally moved. But I was like inches from him. He did not
they're
care.
rebelling. They're like, you cut all of our like living
He's
quarters
like, you
down
cut down our homes.
to build these mansions.
Yeah. And so now we are taking over.
Rebelling.
Yeah.
Take you out.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. So.
I would too.
On that note.
Anyways, how you doing, Ash?
Oh my God, I'm doing so good. I'm doing so good. It's been such a great summer. I feel like I've done like all the summer things.
You know what's really been bothering me though? Is you keep going away to do summer things. So I can't be a part of your summer things.
Going away?
Like all your fun, like you went on a boat, you went like
I
went
on one Colorado trip.
Okay, but still. And then you're like prancing in a field. A lot happened in Colorado.
A lot did happen in Colorado. That is correct. But yeah, I finally had my beach day. I hadn't had like a actual good beach day because I've had a couple earlier in the summer, but they were too cold.
Yeah.
And it like wasn't quite right yet. Finally had a good beach day. I've had a couple good pool days. Just basking in the summer. I like went to my parents' house and watched the dogs for them while they enjoyed their anniversary trip.
Cute.
Which I always do. I had the craziest thing happen to me while I was there. A fun fact for you. I'm from Riverside. I'm technically from Marina Valley. And if you know the Marina Valley area or just like the IE in general, the mountains have wild burro, like donkeys, everywhere.
Okay, that was at your parents'?
That's at my parents', yeah. It's like the craziest.
I thought you went on another trip or something, or it was an old video.
Nope. That's just how it is in the mountains. It's just like it's crazy and they're wild. So I have seen them. I have crossed paths with them before. Usually like when I go up to the mountains to like hike or something, you'll come across like one or two. There were probably 50, like a pack of 50 of them just like in the middle of the road. And they were so sassy. They were so sassy. It was the craziest thing. And I was like, they weren't moving. Again, ballsy. They like weren't moving. And so I'm like honking and trying to get them out of the way. And then one of them comes over to the front of the car, kicks it, not hard, but like still foot on my car. And then
that's a sentence that probably a very small percentage of the world can say.
Yeah,
like,
a donkey kicked my car. And then just like starts licking my hood, the hood of the car. Just lick, and just licking everywhere. And it's like hot outside. So I'm like, the car must be hot. You know, it's metal.
Maybe it was salty from your beach day.
Maybe.
Was that before or after?
It was after. But like,
never mind.
Also, I hadn't washed my car in a while since then. So like maybe. But he was just lick. And then his friends come over, starts lick. I'm stuck. So then I start reversing and they follow. And then I start reversing and they follow. A truck comes by and I roll down the window and I'm like, I'm stuck. And he's like, you're stuck. And then he just kept going. And I was like, thanks, bro. Helpful. So then I finally like, the donkeys behind me finally clear. So then I like kind of gun it backwards. They start trotting after me. And I was just like, y'all need to skedaddle, go away. They weren't. It took me forever. And then I finally had to like zigzag my way through. But once I started going, one of them was chasing me for a bit. And then he finally calmed down. But it was the funniest thing.
How fun though.
It felt like a little Pixar moment. I was like, if these donkeys could talk, I bet
you were basically Snow White.
I was like, I bet people feed them. And they were like, gimme. They were like, pay the toll
or
you shall not pass.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. Yeah. I'm in a good place. Also, so many fun things are happening. Believe it or not, my lease is up for my apartment.
No way.
I know. It's the craziest thing. It's up in September. So Jackson and I are just itching.
Are you house hunting?
For a house, yes. And I'm not to buy. Obviously, we have like a wedding coming up and I'm just not financially able to purchase in LA.
Well, also after we had that guy come on.
Dude.
And him break down how like renting is almost like more financially like smart at times.
Especially in LA. And so I have a finance guy and I ran it past him again literally last week, had a call with him and he was like, if you're planning on staying in LA, he was like, I would just rent. And then also my parents just had a wild experience. They have a house in Riverside. They had a like foundational plumbing leak they had to pay like 40 grand out of pocket because it was considered a slow leak, which means it was technically considered neglect, which means insurance wouldn't cover, which is so stupid.
No, it's so
it was
nuts.
Underground. Like, how could they notice that? Like, that's not something that they neglected. They couldn't see. So
no, it's so sad what like insurance agencies will do to get out of paying.
They are vicious little snakes. So that does not make me want to buy a house in any way. Like, I feel like the generations coming, yes, I know we all deeply want a home. Like, it's just embedded in us, I think, as Americans to like.
Well, and like that's what we're told is like, that's when you know you've officially made it. Like you have a house.
You settle down, you start a family, you buy a house. Like that's like part of it. But I think our generation growing up is going to be very like, no, government, we're going to rent. And then the government's going to be like, oh, crap, no one's buying homes. And then there's going to be this big flip. So anyways, all that to say, we are itching for a home, not an apartment. One, our upstairs neighbors, I think we got new ones and they have a kid because they are just running around. And two, I do feel like I'm kind of like locked in with Chloe. I can't leave her. She barks like crazy. She hates it there when I leave her.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to like drop her off every time, which is such a hassle.
Also, it sounds so like stupid problem to like, or stupid thing to like complain about. But I feel like the trek of driving into a parking structure, going into your building, like your building has like access points. So like you have to go down to let people in and like, your mail is far, just taking the trash, you have to walk. Like, there's just something that like stuff feels more like a hassle.
Yeah. It feels
than
like
a home where you're just like,
it feels tough.
I don't know.
So yeah.
With a dog, especially.
Even walking Chloe every single day, even like she won't pee on fake grass. So I have to buy, this is so stupid because she's such a little sass, but like I have to buy this real grass, like strip of real grass, which dies every month. So I literally spend like $80 on grass every week. Just something for her to pee on when I'm like first thing in the morning and right before bed, which is so silly. And then obviously Jackson's he has so many like, he's such a guy's guy. He has so many tools. He bought a truck recently. I was like, bro, where
are we going to fix this up?
Where's it going to go? We don't have room for this. The boy needs a garage like now. So we're very much looking for a home to rent in the area, just close by or just in the vicinity. Doesn't need to be in the same area, but just like, so that's exciting. Also, I think Alicia's getting a roommate.
Who?
I don't know if she is planning on like making this a secret or not, so maybe we'll bleep it, but
no freaking way.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be great.
Good.
It's for sure happening, yeah. She ended up reaching out. So I can tell you later, but it's like a long story short, but like Alicia's getting a roommate and I'm very excited for her. She's like, she thrives living alone, but then also if she were here, it's not gossip, like she would tell you. There's like a little bit of a loneliness factor to just like she loves having someone there. Like the other week, Jackson had a work trip in Texas. So I just went and stayed there for like 4 days. And she was like, oh. And we didn't even like really hang. We just went about our days
in
like normal.
Separate rooms. It's like just knowing like someone else is there is just calming.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, it was just so nice like hearing you wake up and go work out. It was so nice like coming home and all the lights being on and like hearing you like going in the shower. And she was like, I like missed that. And then I had this moment where I had a thought and I was like, wait, this might be a good idea. So I brought it to Alicia's attention. She said she had already thought about that, but then like wasn't sure. And then like that like solidified it. So it's definitely happening. So I'm very excited for her.
Good.
Because I feel like this is something that she's needed for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's something that we're looking forward to. And then last thing I wanted to say is I am finally touring wedding venues this weekend, which I'm very excited about. Oh my gosh. I have.
What areas?
In California. So there's one out here in Beverly Hills that I wanted to look at. There's one in Malibu that I'm looking at. And then there's one a little north and inland.
Okay.
That I'm actually more excited about. That one's my favorite. But whether it's any of those or not, it's going to be my first time meeting the planner. So
Who's part of our UA fam.
Which I'm very excited to see her in person and chat with her. So whether it's these venues or not, like finally getting some traction there.
No, that has to be so exciting.
Those are all my
her
updates.
bridal era.
I am. It doesn't feel like it at all, but I feel like once I have the venue and date figured out,
then you can start.
Then I will finally dip my toes in and be like,
yeah.
okay, here we go. But like until then, I'm just like, that's not real.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can't wait for like brainstorm nights and like DIY nights, all the things.
Oh God,
your nightmare, my heaven.
Darren's favorite thing, my like, bleh.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by Hers. Okay, guys, hear me out. Feeling better in your body shouldn't have to be like a full-time job. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why Hers makes it easier to get started and stick with it, backed by expert guided online care that puts your weight loss goals first. Hers is transforming women's healthcare by providing access to affordable weight loss treatment plans, guys. They connect you with medical providers who will work with you to determine the best treatment option for you. And if prescribed, you get medication as part of a doctor-developed weight loss program. This isn't something that you just like pick up online, okay? This is a doctor-developed weight loss program, complete with ongoing care, check-ins, dosage, and medication adjustments. You have access to 24/7 online support at no additional cost. Plus, guys, there's no hidden fees and no membership fees because it's not about the money. It's about your health. Weight loss by Hers is realistic, okay? It's not restrictive. Hers provides access to affordable weight loss plans built around oral medication kits and GLP-1 injectable options. With oral medication kits starting at just $69 per month with a 10-month plan when paid upfront. Now, obviously, this isn't a cookie cutter care that forgets you in the waiting room. It's your health and goals put first, with real medical providers making sure you get what you need to get results, all from the comfort of your couch. And that's the best part, you guys. You don't even have to leave your house. So if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey, it's time to find the best option that works for you through Hers. So whether you want to lose weight, grow thicker, fuller hair, or find relief for anxiety, Hers has you covered. Visit forhers.com/advice to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That's forhers.com/advice, ADVICE, forhers.com/advice. Weight loss by Hers is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not approved or reviewed for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for full details, important safety information, and restrictions. Actual price depends on product and plan purchased.
Something crazy happened. Not crazy, but I was walking Charlie. For those of you who don't know, my son, his name is Charles. He's a teacup Yorkie, and I was walking him. And usually, like, I will avoid people at all costs on our walk. If you have a small dog, you get it. Like, it's scary. Like, Charlie has been attacked by another dog before, so I'm like, I have a lot of PTSD when it comes to that. Like, I just don't like when other dogs approach. So I see this couple walking towards me with the dog, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Because I just can't stand it. And people are so oblivious. Like, they'll just walk up to you when I'm clearly like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I look down and it's a teacup Yorkie.
Uh-huh.
So they walk up, and their Yorkie was like slightly smaller than Charles, which like he never meets a dog smaller than him.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, can they say hi? Which I appreciated.
Yeah.
People don't ask.
Can they say hi?
Goodness gracious.
Love. Yes.
So I was like, yeah, of course. So then they go up to each other, and Charlie's like vibing with him. Like, just like, oh my gosh, it's like my kind,
my size,
you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like talking to the girl, and it was, I'm sure you get this, like, you know, like when you meet another dachshund or a Shih Tzu owner, you're like, oh my gosh, does your dog, it's like that, you know? So she's like, oh my gosh, what does he eat? What kind of food? And I was like, girl, don't get me started. Like my whole Ash has seen the struggle. Like my whole lifetime with Charles has been switching foods, cooking my own food, trying to find a topper, something to get him to eat.
Chicken.
Like Yorkies are the worst. So we're like talking about that for a while. And then their dog was like older, which I was like, oh my gosh, Charlie is like just turned 16. right? I think.
Definitely.
And so we were like tripping out on that. And then I hear her, she's like, oh my gosh, like, babe, like Charlie something. And I was like, I don't think I said his name. And so then I was like, wait, what's your dog's name? She's like, his name's Charlie. I was like, shut your freaking mouth. His name is Charlie. So we were just like going crazy and it was just so cute. It
No
was
wonder
like
they got along. They were
Charlie
like,
met
hey,
his little like long lost twin, but
how funny.
it was cute. It was like a cute little moment.
Oh, I love that.
I'm really excited because like my man's is like officially back.
Yes, thank God.
As of like literally, I mean like he's been like on and off back, but like yesterday or last week it kind of started. And then his job is a little crazy for a while, but then like things will finally settle. And it's funny because like he kind of has like the same cycle every year, like with his job. And so we were talking, he was in like a crazy season and I was like, okay, help me understand like how to handle like this dynamic, like whatever. Like, is it too much to talk to you? Like, what do I do? And he made a comment. He's like, oh yeah, last year we hadn't met at this point. And it's just so crazy because like I've always said I really think like you should date someone at least a year before even thinking about like marriage or anything because it is crazy how many cycles you go through in a year.
Yeah.
Like with holidays, with summer, with, you know, like we've both had like a family situation happen or like whatever it is. And so it just was like another, just like, I was like, oh my gosh, because we're coming up on a year, end of September.
That is crazy, Taryn.
No.
A year.
Wild.
Insane.
But yeah, so it's been really good. Things between us are really good. So that's been like exciting. And I'm hoping like now that he's finally like back, now like he can be around like my family and friends more, which is what I want so much. Like I feel like my family, it's been good. But now I'm like, I want him to like meet more. Cause of course you weren't there like one time he hung out with all my friends.
Yeah.
Which sucked. Things are good. I'm just really trying to like get my life together in the best way, which is so funny because it's like, I'm in my 30s, but like, I think you're never too old to just
No, not at all.
recycle and be like, oh, okay, you know what? New goal. Let's do this. Let's get at it.
Absolutely, yes. You can do that at any time, any
Anytime,
age.
any age. Agreed.
Does not matter. All right, let's go ahead and get into today's Tearing It Up. Hi, lovely gals. My name is Sydney. Don't bleep it, Michaela. I love the confidence.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, I am from West Virginia. I am 20 years old and soon to be a bride in August.
Oh my gosh.
We were 15 years old when we started dating, so I am so excited for this next step that we get to take together. I'm sure this goes without saying, but I love you guys so much. Ash, I'm so excited for you and your next chapter and love to hear about Taryn's dating life. I travel for work all around the state, so I have a lot of time in the car to listen to you guys. I watch the new weekly episodes, but also have been going back to listen to the old ones. And here is my Tearing It Up. When I was in 7th grade, I found out I had some knee problems that required surgery. The doctor wanted me to go ahead and get on crutches until I can get in for surgery to prevent further damage. But me being in middle school and everything was a huge deal. So I did not want to be on crutches for picture day. So I made a deal with my mom that I would start using my crutches the day after.
Day after picture day?
Picture day. So here I go walking into school with my super cute American Eagle romper on. And of course, feeling myself.
The
American Eagle. Me and my best friend rode together to school every day. So I just thought it was another normal day of walking in together. The way my school worked was we had to sit in the gym until we were dismissed to go to class. Interesting. Is that a thing?
Sit in the gym before.
So everyone shows up to school and sits in the gym until they're dismissed to go to class.
I mean, I guess if they don't have like a courtyard area.
Oh, I don't know. Interesting.
That's where we chilled. Like you just kind of chilled around the campus until the bell rang.
Yeah, I would like chill in the hallway, little lockers.
Yeah.
Like against lockers. And of course, my grade had bleachers all the way at the end. So we had to walk in front of everybody, which again in 7th grade was a huge deal.
Dude, I still have trouble walking across a street.
Oh, I remember walking into the gym like and like knowing I had to walk across and just like face beat red, sweating profusely, knowing that everyone's watching
because like where do you look? You're like sucking in your gut. You're like
like slip and fall and break a tooth.
But also like looking ahead, like where's the chair? Because the worst thing is getting somewhere and then
and not
having
having
to look.
a chair and then looking around and like an idiot. Oh, the worst, the actual worst. So here I go, strolling in behind my friend, thinking I look so cute, and my phone starts blowing up. I have messages from guys in 7th and 8th grade saying I look really good. Me being so confused because this has never happened to me before, opened up the text messages. Apparently, my romper was tucked underneath my backpack.
Tucked. Romper was tucked. Wait, I don't get it.
Her romper was tucked up underneath her
pulled
backpack.
up.
And the whole school saw my cheeks. I was horrified because remember, she crossed the entire gymnasium behind her best friend. And she's walking behind her best friend.
And everyone's thinking that's probably intentional.
Yeah. I was sat down by the time I saw all of these messages. So then when I stood up the next time, I made sure it was fixed. But that didn't stop all the comments the rest of the day. Every class I went to, a guy had a remark to make. And I told my mom what happened. She tried to make it lighthearted and said that that's what you get for not getting your crutches, for not walking in on your crutches that day. I know this isn't anything crazy, but it was definitely a moment for me. Attached is a picture of me when I was in 7th grade. One picture of me and my fiance. I love you both and feel free to read this on the pod.
Oof.
Here's her in 7th grade.
Cute.
And her fiance.
Oh.
Listen, middle school trauma like that, that sticks with you. That sticks with you like crazy. I have some stories like that just I'll never be able to shake off. And to this day,
are so
I feel
ruthless because everyone's so insecure.
Yeah.
So the second anyone shows any type of weakness or slip up, it's like
all the attention
everybody
on
look.
them. Don't look at me. Look at her. So it's extra bad. So I'm sorry. I could feel the pain through the email.
Yeah. I mean, at least like all the guys were like drooling after you, and it wasn't
at
like
least you had good cheeks.
You had like a period stain or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, could have been way worse, or like not great underwear.
Yeah,
you know,
like Care Bear underwear, like poking out,
like some Barbie underwear, some like old Barbie underwear. Oof.
Oof.
Tough stuff.
Tough stuff. Buckle up, Buttercup. This one is titled "The Inseparable Friend."
Inseparable. Okay.
Inseparable. You know those people you just like can't get rid of, like no matter how hard you try.
Me? Oh, you mean me?
Oh, you mean me? Hey, girls. My name is Anonymous, and I'm from Canada. I've been following you both and Alicia since before the podcast even started.
Wow.
I feel like my early 20s were spent with you. Aww. Really proud to see my two sisters thriving.
Oh,
girl.
So emotional.
Sweet. I'm writing to you today about a situation I have with my friend group, especially one of them. We've been best friends since high school. We're now 25 and still try to see each other every few months, but it's hard with our different job schedules. About 3 years ago, one of our friends, let's call her Wendy, got a boyfriend. We'll call him Brant. That's an interesting choice of name. That makes me think of Trolls, but it's not Brant. Branch. He's 10 years older than us. 10 years older. So they're 25. He's 35. But I've always known that she'd be with someone older. That's so interesting. Like, what is it? Like, everyone's always said, like, I could picture you with someone younger to me. But I'm like, why? Because I'm immature? Or because I have the skin of a
means
teenager?
That you don't act your age.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean, I know that can come off as like an insult, but that doesn't mean
take it as one.
Like negative thing.
I have a very playful personality.
Yeah. And like there's, how old are you?
I'm 38. Ew. Yes, I am 38.
Right?
Yeah, I think
so.
Right.
There's 38-year-olds that are like full on mommy mode millennial that don't use TikTok. Yeah. And then there's 38-year-olds that like use TikTok slang and like talk like not moms. And I feel like that's what we're talking about here, you know?
It's just,
it's
different
not
vibes.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you don't act your age in other ways.
And
it just
then
means
the guy I'm dating is younger, and he said he has always gravitated towards like older women. So it's just interesting how
hell yeah.
Yeah, you do. Gravitate
Hell
towards
yeah,
me.
you do.
Hell yeah, you do. Anyways, okay. The point is, I didn't get to the. Oh yeah. Brant, and Wendy. Brant.
Why are we saying it like that?
The point is, she always wants to bring him to our activities. We've all had that person.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we get it. You're in love.
Yeah.
You don't need to like go to the bathroom and wipe each other's butts together. For context, our group is composed of 4 girls, 2 single and 2 in relationships. Our other friend in a relationship practically never brings her boyfriend when we meet up. Because that's weird. Girl time?
Yeah.
Especially if it's like that, where they're like friends since high school and they only get to see each other like a couple times a year.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's like designated girl time,
that's kind of weird.
That's weird. Yeah.
Interesting.
If it's like a chill hang, sure. But
yeah. Or if like they're friends with your significant other. So it's like,
right.
Where's Jackson? Like, why isn't he here?
Yeah.
Versus like someone where I'm like, I don't really know the person they're dating, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, she continues, so she doesn't bring him because we prefer having some girl time. Since Wendy lives with Brant, they almost always come in a pair. At first, she was asking us if he could come, and we were telling her that we preferred to have a girls' night. She even did that to one of our friends' birthday when we had already booked for just the 4 of us.
Interesting.
Now she either brings him with asking or will just not come.
Weird.
Yeah. Last week, we did our traditional day trip to a city near our hometown. We've been doing this road trip since nearly 10 years. After not responding to our texts if she was coming or not, Wendy responded the day of the event that she would come and join us with Brant and his kids for the evening. And we finally saw her for not even 5 minutes. We were pretty bummed. I must say that her boyfriend is not the one putting pressure on her to act differently. It's her that insists he comes. I know that from a previous conversation I had with her when she told me that Brant is very shy and she wanted to expose him to people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's not house trained.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But when he's there, we are not getting into deep talks like if it was just the girls, obviously. Brant is a really nice guy, and when I'm alone with Wendy and him, we usually have a good time. But when it's a girls' day, the vibe is not the same. Mm-hmm. We understand that Brant is part of her life now and are okay with him coming once in a while, but we also want some time, just the 4 of us, like on a traditional road trip. A road trip's kind of wild too to like.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't have an interest in hanging out with us anymore. What do you think about this situation? I don't know how to tell Wendy without hurting her feelings or make her feel like Brant is unwelcome. She's a 6 and can be on the defensive side, and I'm a 2, big people pleaser. So I've always had a hard time to address situations like this. Hope you read my email so I can get some insight on this. Love y'all. Love Anonymous. And then she attached a picture of the friend group. Since I know you want that, as you can see, Brant was there. Brant.
You know what? But now
do you see him in the very back?
Yeah, now I feel bad for Brant because I'm like, he probably doesn't want to be in these situations either, but he's being put in this uncomfortable situation.
It's so interesting because like my first inkling was like, this doesn't sound good. Like, I wonder if he's isolating her. Like, you can't go anywhere unless I'm there. That's like the first thing I thought, just because of like, that's usually the case, right? Like when a girl stops hanging out with her friends or like only comes if the guy's there. But then when she clarified that it's like her and that his preference is to like not go because he's shy.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
And I could see every once in a while, but like,
well, I could see intentionally bringing him around your girls.
Yes.
And having intentional time for them to get to know him and him to get to know them and get more comfortable with them. But why would that be on your girls' trip?
Well, yeah. And like, I don't know. Cause like I'm dating a shy guy. Yeah. It's my first time with a shy person. I know that like he doesn't love, he'll go out. Like the first time he met all my friends was at karaoke, his actual nightmare. But he came, he had a great time. He socialized as much as you can without like screaming at each other, like across the room. But like, I know that that was not like his favorite event to ever go to. So like if I'm going to something and I'm like, oh, it'd be fun if he came, but also I know it's like not his thing. And I'd probably have more fun just being able to like go out and like be on the dance floor the whole time and like not having to like worry if he's good or if he knows anybody. You know, like there's certain things where I'm like, it doesn't feel like it's a natural fit.
Well, if you feel like you're having to parent them and like hover and like take care of them.
Not even parent, because he's like a grown man. He does well in situations, but it's more like, I know that this is not necessarily your favorite thing. I know that I'm going to go and want to be on the dance floor the whole time. Like,
yeah, maybe parent was a bad word, but like you would be there wanting to make sure he's having fun instead of like you having fun and him not being there. Yeah.
But there's certain things where I'm like I've had friends that are like, oh, you should invite him. And I'm like,
that's not,
this is not really like his vibe. And like, I don't know. I guess I just don't understand people that have to be with their significant other 24/7 when it's like, well, like, what if he goes out with his friends and I go out with mine? Or like, he's fine just like chilling at home, so I'm gonna go meet some of my friends for like a drink. Like, I think especially when it's someone who that's not his preference, it's not like he's like, hey, can I go? And she feels awkward.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to me. I don't get why she like wants him there all the time.
Yeah.
Especially when no one else has their person there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Like, usually I try to think about the other person's side, but I'm like, that is very interesting.
It is very interesting. And I feel like it's honestly your friend is doing her partner a disservice.
Yeah.
By one, putting him in these uncomfortable situations, being a shy person, that's just going to make them feel more uncomfortable and more shy. So that's not helping them out in any way. And then two, that's not fair to them because it's going to make your girlfriends kind of force them to kind of resent them.
Yeah.
Because if you are having designated girl time and you keep bringing your man along, unfortunately, your girlfriends are just going to start being annoyed with him because he's not supposed to be there.
You can't talk the way, like...
It's different. It sets the tone different. The vibe's off. It's not a girls' night anymore.
Like, there's been so many times where like, you know, like, there's been even a couple times like me and you are like having this conversation and like Jackson comes home and I'm like...
So anyway...
because I'm like, I don't necessarily want him to hear this and he probably doesn't want to hear this about me. So it's like...
It's girl talk.
Yeah, it's girl talk. It's just like... It's just different.
If they're not gay, then the vibe's off. And so it's just, I feel like it's really not, what she's doing is really not fair to him, more so.
Yeah.
And I feel like someone should probably like tell her.
I feel like, yeah, at this point, I mean, if
I'd be like, hey, like, just so you know, like we love you. And guess what? We love him. Like he seems like a great guy and I'm really happy that you're happy. But like, girls' night means girls' night. If you can't make it, that sucks. But like, don't be bringing a man to girls' night. Like that's the one rule.
I feel like asking her too, just being like, I've noticed like when I want to bring something up to a friend, I do it in a very like inquisitive way. Ooh. So it's not as like threatening.
Give us a step by step.
Say I'm you. I'd be like, hey, Wendy, how's it going? I'd be like, hey. I just have an honest question because I'm just trying to like understand. I feel like we've been trying to have girls' night and you know we love Brant, but I feel like he comes a lot. Is there like, or I'd say I feel like he comes a lot or like you won't come if he can't come. And I'd be like, is there something about us that like makes you feel like you need him here or like you feel so in that way, it makes it look like, oh my gosh, are we doing something that cause it's not
turn the tables.
It's not going to threaten her or make her feel like she has to go in the defense. Like it's going to,
or make it about him.
Yeah. It's like I say, always communication requires strategy if you want it to be successful. So I would probably approach it a little bit like that. And then I would be like, I'm going to be so honest. I feel like I miss just having our girl time. And I love that you have someone, and I love that it's someone that like fits so well with all of us. And I still want to have times where we all hang out. But I feel like I can't say the things I want to say like with him there. And I would say this about any guy, like what if any of us brought a guy around. So I would love if like we can have just like designated girl hangs and then also ones with the group. And I think that's where then you guys as a group need to find times where both make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would ask more just like open-ended questions. Like, is there something like,
do you not feel?
Yeah. Do you feel uncomfortable without him? Do you feel like pressure from him to come? Like, like,
do you think we don't like him or something like that?
Like I would just kind of ask some questions and see where she goes. And then like Ash said, like the next time there's an invite, just be very specific from the beginning. Like, hey guys, I've been in desperate need of girl time. Like I just need my girls. I don't want to even see or speak to a man like when we hang out. Like, does this work for all of you?
Yeah. Maybe make it super clear next time. Maybe even you know what? I freaking love Canva. I love Canva. Make an invitation. Like go crazy. Like it's cheap. It's easy. There's templates. Like you can just type it in, fill it in for fun. Be like little girls night. No boys allowed. More wine, the better. Like bring PJs, bring your favorite snack. And then in all caps, like no boys allowed. And then like send it in the chat. Be like, all right, girls night's officially happening. Here's the night. Here's the place. Be there, be square, whatever.
Yeah.
And just make it clear.
And like, you never know. Like, honestly, like I was in a very unhealthy place in my last relationship and was very codependent with him and like with him 24/7. So like I kind of stopped showing up to things like that wasn't with him. It could be something where maybe like they got in a fight about something he did when she wasn't there. So she's like very insecure about him just being home alone. Or like honestly, you don't know.
Maybe Brant's not that nice. Maybe he's a little more controlling than you'd think. So like you really don't know. So like let's give her the benefit of the doubt and like have an open, honest conversation and see where it takes you. Because you really don't know. Sometimes those quiet ones,
they're the craziest.
Doesn't mean they're nice.
Except mine. He's nice.
Except him.
He's a little sweetie. Today's episode is brought to you by Nurture Life. All right, y'all, everyone listening, if you are a parent, if you are an auntie like me, we all know when it comes to feeding kids, it is a challenge. And that's why I am so excited about our partner today, which is Nurture Life, because they make serving healthy meals way easier for those of us providing the meals and also for the kiddos eating them. I actually just got sent a box of food from Nurture Life right before I watched my niece and nephew for like a week. And when I tell you, it was like the most clutch delivery I think I've ever got in my life. And y'all, it's 2025. Are we still feeding kids like it's 2005? Nurture Life is a meal delivery service that makes nutritious meals and snacks your kids actually want to eat, while giving parents the support they need too. Nurture Life's whole menu is perfect for kids ages 10 months to 10 years old. Their fresh meals and snacks are delicious, nutritious, and fully cooked. That means they are ready to serve in just 1 minute. Nurture Life lets kids enjoy a healthy, nutritionally balanced diet while still eating all of their favorites like mac and cheese, spaghetti and meatballs, and much more. So parents can be sure there's always a healthy meal that their little ones will love. That's why Nurture Life is the top meal delivery service for babies and kids, and it is even allergy friendly too. Like I said, I had my niece and nephew, and my nephew specifically is going through this like picky phase in his life. And one of the things he's obsessed with is peanut butter and jelly. And Nurture Life they're called Groovy Grape Super Sammies. And they're these individual little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And he loved them. And to be totally honest, Auntie Tay, she ate a few herself. Nurture Life is raising the standard for children's food in the United States, one meal and snack at a time. All of their meals and snacks are designed by registered dietitians, so I know we're serving our kids food that's good for them. So head to nurturelife.com/advice and use code ADVICE for 55% off your first order plus free shipping. That's right, 55% off plus free shipping. Once again, that's nurturelife.com/advice and make sure you use my promo code ADVICE. Even if you aren't a parent with young kids, you might have parent friends who struggle with mealtime. Make sure to share our code so our show gets the credit. Remember, put your little ones first with healthy meals from Nurture Life.
All right, let's go ahead and get into my story. This one is titled, How Do I Know If I Love Him? Big sis advice needed.
Oof.
We got you. Here we go. Hey, Ash and Taryn. My name is but I would like to stay anonymous, so believe it, Michaela. She puts, like the majority of people who send emails in, I want to gush about how wonderful both of you are for a bit. I am a day one listener. Woohoo. Uh-huh. She adds in parentheses. And I have listened to every single episode. I even recruited some of my closest friends to listen to you so we can talk about your episodes.
Wow.
Your podcast, girl, thank you for that.
MVP,
I
honestly.
feel like I just need to take a second and say thank you for spreading the good news about this podcast because we need all the help we can get. Your podcast gives me the most joy every Monday morning, and you really are the big sisters I never had. I've always wanted to write in, but have never really had a reason to until recently. Before I explain the advice I need, I want to explain a little bit about myself. For starters, I am 23 years old, and believe it or not, I do not know my Enneagram. I desperately need to take it, but for some reason haven't yet. Don't be mad. Girl, you've been at day one? It's time. Even though I don't know my Enneagram, most people would describe me as an extroverted introvert. Listening to your podcast for so long, I feel like I relate to Ashley personality-wise. In my free time, I love to travel, read, be outdoors, and spend time with my friends and family. You can tell she's a day one listener because that is how you start an email. Yep. I feel like I know everything I need to know about you, and I'm like ready to go. Okay, she says, now getting into my story. My whole life, I have been single. Like so single. I was always Miss Independent and was so confused on my own life that anytime a man would try to make his way in, I would push them away. I have been in therapy for about a year now for all sorts of things. And along the way, I learned that I have more of an avoidant attachment style, which is also probably why I was single for so long. Anytime someone would show me some sort of commitment, I would push them away so that I wouldn't hurt them or so I wouldn't be hurt by them. I have really worked hard to move past that attachment style, and I'm very proud of where I am today. One thing I did to push myself out of that thought process was to down my voice cracked so hard,
girl,
was to download Hinge and go on a date at least once a week to prove to myself that commitment and dating
once a week, girl.
I know.
Dang, I was like once
maybe
a month,
maybe if it happens to happen. To prove to myself that commitment and dating was not a bad thing. I had the mentality of let it happen. I would go on a date, and if I liked it even just a little bit, I would go on another. If I felt a weird vibe or feeling in my gut, I would end it. I actually ended up having a fun time going on dates and meeting new people, which I never experienced before. That leads me to my story. About 2 months ago, I went on a coffee date with a guy. Let's call him Tom. I don't mean to be cheesy or cliche, but I felt that moment that I met him that we would be something serious. He was the first guy I went on a date with that I truly found attractive, not just from looks, but from his personality. Talking during that first date, it felt like I had known him my whole life. He made me feel so safe and comfortable. Normally, any date I went on was a bundle of nerves the entire time, but on my date with Tom and every day after, I felt so calm and my body and mind was at peace. Conversations flowed easily, and we had lots of the same interests. One date led to the next, and about a month into talking/going on to dates, he asked me to be his girlfriend. I will say it was a surreal experience getting my first boyfriend at 23 years old. Everyone in my life knew that he must be someone really different because my standards were so high, LOL. He really makes me feel like I am the only girl in the world. He is so intentional, thoughtful, doesn't rush anything, has high morals, and is a simple person like me. Ugh, I'm falling for him.
I was like,
He has never made me question what we are or what we have. And more importantly, he has never love bombed me, which I experienced a lot with some of the hinge dates, sadly. He has met my family and I have met his, and no red flags have been raised at all. This leads me to my predicament. ... How do I know if I love him? When is it too early to say I love you? How do I bring that conversation up? I've seriously never felt this way about someone, but it scares me that one of us might say it and it isn't genuine. Is it too early to tell him after only knowing him for 2 months? Being a late bloomer, I never experienced emotions that come with having a relationship past just friendship. Did I say that? Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes.
I feel like I could tell him so naturally that I love him, but how do I know if it's genuine from me? Any advice on this would be greatly appreciated. I'll attach a picture of the two of us in this email. Please never end this podcast. You two inspire so many people, myself included. You should be very proud of the work that you do. Best, Anonymous. And then here is, wait for it, the happy couple.
Cute.
That's horrible. Well, Anonymous,
I love love.
you really could not have talked to two better people because I, from the bottom of my heart, can confidently say that we have both been in your exact shoes. Like, exact shoes. I didn't have my first boyfriend. Well, not 23, but like I didn't date.
I think I was like 19-ish when I got my first boyfriend.
Yeah. I mean, I had a boyfriend in middle school, but like I never really counted him.
Yeah.
Like a real boyfriend. I didn't have a boyfriend and I didn't date through high school. So I didn't get a boyfriend until like 19, I think. And even then, my first real boyfriend wasn't until my 20s. And I also have gone through long bouts of not being in a relationship and having to get back into dating again and having to like rediscover like how to date and having to rediscover those feelings and like having to tell someone I love you. Taryn was there obviously, but like her and Alicia like got a front row seat to me trying to figure out how to tell Jackson I loved him. Cause I knew for a while, but I was like scared and didn't know how to like go about telling him. And I was like, I'm going to give it more time. Cause my whole thing was like, I didn't want to rush it. And so I was just like, I'm going to give it more time. And if it's still there, I'll believe it. If it's still there, I believe it. And I gave it probably too much time. But like for me, I trusted time. And I think because I had never really been in a committed relationship online before, I was like, the more time, the better. Like I want to see his true colors. I want to see him in like when he's angry. I want to see him when he's happy.
Would you say a committed relationship online?
What?
What does that mean?
I'd never been in a committed relationship with someone that I met online.
Oh, got it.
Sorry, I should have said
I was
that
like, what?
clearer.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Not someone that I had met in person. So I think because of that,
you wanted to really know who he was.
In my head,
Yes.
I was like, he could be anybody.
He could have a family.
And we all know I love my murder podcast. So I'm like, we don't know who he is. So I think because of that, I was very like, I'm going to give it a long period of time so that I know that I can trust him. And I just one day I just like literally like it spilled out of me and it was really cute and it was authentic to me and it wasn't this big gesture and it was a very in the moment thing and it was sweet and beautiful and very unique to me. And I think you will know how to do it for you because I think it's going to be a unique thing to everybody. But I think it's one of those things where you're just going to be like bursting at the seams, whether you do it sooner or later. It's going to be one of those things where you're just like, you'll be looking at him like, should I tell him now? And then you'll be like, no, not yet. Or do I tell him now? Like you'll just be bursting. And I think that's when you know that you love someone is because like you like can't wait to tell them. Thoughts, Taryn?
Yeah, I think like there's like obviously love is this huge idea, and I think it's different to every person. And there's been like times where I can verbalize what it is that I'm feeling. Like, you know, when I look at a person and I'm like, I care about them so much. Like, I want whatever is best for them, even if it's not me. I feel like that's when you know it's like, like you care about this person in a deep way. I agree with Ash. Like I think like for me, it was like, I almost said it a couple times where like casually said it. And I was like, whoa, like, where did that come from? And then I actually had it. So I wasn't going to talk about this on the pod. I told Supercast already, but I did it in a very like a more big way this time. Which is great. Yeah. I've never told a guy I love you first. With the guy I'm dating, I knew that I would probably have to be the one to say it because it's a lot harder for him to like share stuff like that.
Like that tracks with all of us from what we know so far.
Yes. And we had like a really deep conversation that like I won't share obviously, but something within there, like in that conversation, I just knew. I had known that like I was pretty sure I like loved him. But after that conversation, I was like, I want to tell him. Like, I want him to know, even if he is not ready to say it back. I think that's another thing too. Like, when you love somebody, it's
not a pride thing.
It's not a pride thing, and it's not a tit for tat thing. It's like your feelings for them are unwavering. Like, no matter what it is that they do for you, make you feel like it's like a solid thing on its own. So I actually like made this really cute like little booklet that had like 50 reasons why I loved him. And like ranging from like the dumbest things that are like inside jokes for us to like really deep things about like who he is as a man and like also like the way he makes me feel that I haven't felt before. And built within that at the very end, I was like, please do not say it if like you're not ready to. Like, I want this to be something that like you feel empowered to say and you know.
I'd almost rather you don't.
Exactly.
Like, I'd almost rather be like, this is me telling you, and I'd rather this be my moment of me telling you. Sorry, I forgot I sat up because I was sweating. I was like leaning away from the mic because I was so hot. I would rather this be like my moment telling you, and then you pick your moment telling me.
Instead of just, I love you too.
Instead of like, oh, okay, I have to say it back.
Yeah.
Because then it feels...
Yeah.
And it obviously it's not like some people honestly do feel it, and you can tell when they like honestly feel it back. They're like
relieved.
They're like, oh my God, me too, you know? But like it would
Did Jackson say it back right away?
Yeah, it was one of those like it felt like he had a balloon in him that got like you know,
he's
like
oh, thank God, I love
just
you
like
too.
took like the deepest like breath. And
it's hard for some people to say it.
And again, I think something Taryn and I kind of both related on is like, I feel like I also am in a position where I've done a lot of firsts.
Yeah.
In our relationship with us, where I've like initiated a lot of conversations. I said I loved you first. I've like been like, so we're getting married next, right? Like, it's like I've done a lot of these things where I never thought I would have. And it's been a good like growth thing, I think, for me. Taryn and I have talked about that before. Yes. But then also it's been so cool to see and watch how he has been there like every step of the way to like meet me halfway. Like every time I've been like, so I love you, he was like right there being like, yes, I love you too. And every time I say every time, like it happens every month. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, like, so we're official. Like, he's like, yes. And then I'm like, so we're getting married soon. Like, he's like, yes. And it's been like I'll start the conversation and he's always right there ready to go. And I think there's a safetiness there. And I think when you start feeling that, like a desire to go ahead and say it and do things and like make movements and start making plans and start thinking things, it's because you're starting to feel safe, and it's because you're starting to love someone.
And one thing, like, I think we talked about this not that long ago, but one of the things that I think is so detrimental to relationships right now, and advice, you get over there?
She's sweating.
Fanning her fanny.
I'm literally sweating.
is there so many people and so many TikToks I'm sure you can find of people being like, oh, that's a red flag that he doesn't initiate. And obviously he's just like matching where you are and you want a man to take lead and blah, blah. And that's the stuff that literally makes me want to punch people in the face because every relationship and dynamic is so unique. And yeah, if you had initiated all those things and Jackson's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Then that'd be one thing. But every single time he doesn't just meet you, but he needs that initial to like fully open the floodgates and like, and let you know like where he's at. And that's his personality and that comes from his past and whatever.
And I think those people on TikTok that are like, those are red flags, had people and were in relationships where they were holding the door closed and they were like, prove to me that blah, 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 blah. And that's why they're so triggered by those red flags, which is fair. And I'm like, no, clearly you've been hurt by someone who was like really holding that over your head. But it's that's what's so dangerous about like listening to people online talk about relationships. It's because they're all so different and
it can make you spiral
every
when
single
it's
person
not needed. Like same for me. Like I definitely initiate a lot of stuff. And if I got stuck in that battle of like, well, now it's his turn and now it's just like, why am I going to like diminish something that's a strength of mine and something that like helps him to feel safe to open up? Like, why would I do that? You know? But anyway, so I told him like, please don't say it back unless you're ready. Like, I just really need you to know this because I felt like I was bursting. And also like, I feel like he deserved to know, how I was feeling.
And like you deserve to say it.
Yeah. One thing I did though is he didn't say it back at first. Like he was so like, he took it. It was just like the most beautiful experience, but he didn't say it back at that point. And I didn't say it again until he said it back.
I love that.
That was something that was really important to me. Like there were a couple times, like, I think it was like a holiday or like a deep conversation we were having or something where I included it in there. Like, obviously, like, I love you, like whatever. But I didn't want to casually say it, like getting off the phone, like, love you, bye, until he had said it back. And it was something that we then shared. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't want to keep putting pressure on him.
Yeah. Or like, make it something that it's not yet. Yeah. And it's like, I love that because it's like, hey, just so you know, like I am like, not to use like a big word, but like I am kind of like in a way declaring that like, I love you and I'm going to let you sit with that for a sec. And then when you're ready to love me back, then we can like both participate and like join in on like this, like being in love moment.
And the thing is like,
I feel like I could have worded that better.
No.
I'm glad everyone's tracking
every word. Yes. The thing is too, like I said, I think when it's true and genuine, it's something that is not dependent on the other person's actions. And so if I were to say it, he didn't say it back and I was like, I'm so embarrassed. Like I take it back. Like then I'd have to be like, okay, so like, was I really feeling this or was this like something I desire to share between the two of us, like, I don't know. So I feel like I'm sharing this with you, anonymous, because I think that if you go into it with that mentality, whether he says it or not, you're going to be solid. It's anonymous. And I will say it took like my man's a little bit to like say it back. But when he did, it was the most like beautiful thing I've ever experienced. Yeah. And I would have so much rather it happen the way it did than him randomly one day being like, I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. And it was just like, whatever. Like, because for us, for where we are, it was just like, I knew how hard that was for him. And so when he finally said it, it was so beautiful,
and so much more impactful. Yeah. And all that to say, I do still think 2 months, I think it's delicate. And I think it is something to like tread lightly. So something I would consider is like, if you're feeling it now, give it like 3 weeks and then like see if you still feel it. Or, give yourself like a time frame to wait. And then if you still feel it, then be like, all right, I'm telling him.
Because 2 months is still like that infatuation period.
It is. And I think in my head, I think I waited 3 months.
So my first relationship, I think it was like 7 months into it before we said it. This one, I don't even know. It was like quite a few months into it, but also I think like I'm
kind of losing track now.
I feel like maybe
I guess it's been four. We celebrated 4 years.
That's nuts.
Wow. I haven't seen you since then, but
yeah, I think like you have time and there's no rush. And I think right now, like in your email, there's a franticness.
Yeah.
A vibe of like, oh my gosh, how do I know if I mean it or if I'm ready to say it? And I think that's the time where you just want to sit back and like feel what you feel. Yeah. And when you're ready to say it, you say it.
Be all Taylor Swifty in it and like wallow in it and just like be in love. And if you feel like you want to start telling him, maybe give it a beat. Maybe make yourself wait till 3 months to tell him. Maybe set a date and make yourself wait until then. And if you feel it like creeping up on you, that's a good sign. That means like it's there. And look for signs for him too. Like make sure it's not just one-sided. Like look and see if you're seeing it coming from him too. This is such a fun, exciting chapter to be in. I agree with Taryn. Slow down. You don't need to rush to say I love you. I think it's perfectly acceptable to just like be happy and enjoy the time that you're at. I know as a quote late bloomer, I also was always like trying to rush to like catch up to all of my friends. And that's so unnecessary. Like I would just put that thought away and just like be present in your relationship and enjoy being in love. This is such a fun, beautiful chapter. And it's such an exciting time for you. And like, whether this works out or not, like this is good.
Yeah.
Like, this is a good like milestone in your life. And it's so important to be present for it. So
yeah.
I'm excited.
I will say too, I feel like love is something that like you slowly feel just like growing bigger and bigger. And it's like a deep thing. And like, yeah, sometimes that does cause anxiety if you're like, oh my God, I'm scared of how much I feel. But I feel like when it's still that infatuation, like period, it's something that's very deterrent on the vibe, the mood, what's happening. So like when you guys get in a fight, it's like, oh, I don't know how I feel when you're good. It's like, oh my gosh, we're amazing. Like, I feel like that's kind of how I differentiate. Like love is like, I feel like it's like a deep growing thing. Whereas feelings are very like, you know, it's like the wolf and the three pigs. It's like feelings are like straw, right? Yeah. Like if you blow too hard on it, like if it falls away, it's very dependent on the weather. It's very dependent on your mood and hormones and like whatever. Whereas love is like, even in bad times or in times where you're like fighting or whatever, it's like, there's still that foundational thing there. That's like, I don't know. Am I making sense?
No, that's making perfect sense. That's making perfect sense.
I'm trying to like put words to a feeling, and it's tough, but yeah, I think don't rush. Right now it sounds very anxious and like, how do I know if it's real? And how do I think that's the time that you just take a second, and
that's when you don't make any rash decisions.
And you'll just know one day, like there's just going to be a day where I remember even like talking to Ash where I like looked at you and I was just like, dude, I love this guy. Like it's like, I just knew it. Like, and even after that, it took a while before I actually like said anything, but yeah, it's exciting. It should be exciting. So if there's a lot of stress and pressure around it, just take a step back and get back to like just you and him and like how you feel when you're with him and dates and the fun part of dating.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got this, Anonymous. We're excited for you.
But also when you say it, let us know. We're invested. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Eyesore.
Eyesore who?
Eyesore does love you a lot.
Okay. Not my favorite.
Did you hear about the porcupine who is nearsighted?
No.
Oh, that one's stupid. My boyfriend and I met on the internet. My mom asked what line he used on me, and my boyfriend replied, I just used a modem.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, if you made it to the dad jokes, plural, guess what? We love you the mostest. If you have a story that you want advice on, guess what? You have to email them to us. What's our email, Taryn?
Advice unsolicitedpod@gmail.com. Okay, wait, one more.
No one said that.
One more. Let's Let's commit the perfect crime together. I'll steal your heart and you can steal mine.
Cute.
I could keep going, but Ashley's uninterested.
Okay. We'll talk to you later.
Love you. Bye.